Alrighty, well, it's that time of the year where one of my favorite heroes in Save the World actually is accessible, and you can get her. Whiteout Fiona is actually out for, I believe, the fifth time, and she's just amazing. She's probably one of the best heroes, in my opinion, in the game, just considering the fact you can use it with crit explosion builds. And yes, you're probably like saying, oh, Mattio, of course you're using the Stormblade again, because I think I recently did a video on it. I'll pop it up on the screen, but I remember doing a video on this after like forever, talking about the Stormblade, and I just haven't ever done one prior to that video. And today we're going to be doing it again because she's coming out today. So at the time of this recording, it is the 19th, and yeah, so you get it from Hit the Road. So the way you can get her is from Hit the Road by completing this week's Hit the Road. So yeah, I just said Hit the Road like 6 times in one sentence. That's kind of funny. Anyways, yeah, so we're going to be using Whiteout Fiona. If you guys are curious of what the exact loadout is, it's going to be the same thing as last time. I actually saved this loadout. I've not changed this one since ever since I got this loadout and like started using Whiteout Fiona. So we're gonna be running Whiteout Fiona in lead. She increases your critical rating of swords, axes, and scythe by 45. So you're wondering, if you're new and you haven't seen the prior video, or basically Whiteout Fiona running in lead with a crit explosion build. Every time you crit with a crit explosion weapon, you have a chance of having that crit explosion occur. So increasing the critical rating of the weapon has a higher chance of causing those explosions to occur. So increasing it by more, or about less than half, it is a decent amount, which is insane, which causes explosion, which is really fun. And then, of course, totally rocking out, which I still think is bugged, but it's fine. It works when I need it to. So, and then we got Battle Beat and Fumble. Since we're up close and close to enemies, we need that Fumble. And then, of course, Battle Beat. She's just amazing overall. And then, of course, Paleo Luna, because she increases your damage with the more health you have. And then Monster Smash, which basically this is a kicker, because Monster Smash actually gives all of your health back whenever you do more damage, and it's really good. It's actually the whole reason why you're able to consistently do crit explosion damage and stay within the enemy's area. And then of course we have Corrosive Strikes, which melee critical hits apply 30% snare and affliction, which deals 37% of damage dealt each round for 3 seconds, or each second for it dealt each second for 3 seconds, not rounds. I don't know why I said rounds. But yeah, that's pretty much the loadout. If you're wondering what the perks are, it's actually fairly simple. Let me get to them first. I have a favorite. It's Supercharged. It's my baby. I love the Stormblade. I'm going to keep saying that. We're running double attack speed because we want to swing as fast as possible. Now, it is proven, apparently, that Bright Core is a little bit better, but I don't have a Bright Core copy, and I don't think I'm going to level one up because I just don't think it's necessary. It is slightly a little bit better to use Bright Core because you do swing a little bit faster. However, it's not by much. I think it's like a few thousand damage. It probably, I don't know the exact number, but Bright Core would be better in this situation. But hey, Sunbeam still works, and we're going to be using that. And of course, we're going to be running damage, and the damage to miss monster is in bosses. And then of course the explosion for the 6th perk. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. I think that's actually everything. And then we're going to be running a 4 Atlas mission. So yeah, and it's smoke screen, so it should be fun. Otherwise, let's get into the actual mission, and let's just see what it can do. Alrighty, so we're in the mission. There's an encampment right here. If you guys saw the last video on the Stormblade, you would know how freaking crazy this is in a 160. And any mission, really, like, you can just clear enemies after enemies once you hit that explosion on the Stormblade. Just look at it. It just decimates one little enemy. Don't worry about it. It's just gone. And look at that. That encampment's done within like 30 seconds, if not faster. Now, I do want to note something, because last time I did a Stormblade video, I actually did not have access, or I just couldn't figure out where the spreadsheets were for the Stormblade. And if you don't know, Josh, he did create a spreadsheet and an entire thing for it. So here it is right here. So I'll put this down in the link down below, or in the description down below. But basically, this tells you how much damage you will do with the Stormblade and like the stats and whatnot. So a 130 Stormblade, this is not supercharged. Mine would be a little bit higher since it is supercharged. But basically, the damage is 29,233. This is the Sunbeam one, of course. And then the true DPS with everything stats and whatnot stacked, you're hitting for, I think, what was it, 376,800, or 376,083.0939. So, which is insane. And then for while Totally Rocking Out is activated, it's almost doubled at 643,828.8174. Yeah, these stats get crazy wild. And the Bright Core, it is a little bit more. I did say that it is a little bit more by a few, about 30,000 damage whenever it comes to the true damage. But basically, 393,945.5513. And then for Totally Rockin' Out activated, 687,021.8861, which, like I said, is a little bit more than the Sunbeam one. So if I had a Bright Core one, which I'll probably supercharge at some point, I'll probably do a different video on that. But yeah, but basically the result, the Bright Core is better, of course. And then supercharged ones, I think, yeah, so this is 142 because I think that's one that he added at the time. You can basically do 700 to 8,640, which is insane. That's a lot of damage. And you probably won't see those damage today because this is a Bright Core one, of course. You'll probably be seeing like 643, not necessarily all at once, but whenever Tro's activated, which is an insane amount. So, and that's not I think that's excluding the explosion damage whenever you do explode. So I think it's really cool. And then of course, if you want to actually calculate the damage that you're doing for each weapon, there's actually a calculator. I think Beast made this, so which is really cool. So you guys can use this. I'll put it down in the description, of course. Otherwise, that's gonna be the actual mission itself, since it's about 8 minutes long. I'm just gonna show you what the weapon can do and get to the mini boss. Otherwise, yeah, let's just get into the mission. Alrighty, the mission has started. I'm actually super excited. The reason why the Stormblade is probably one of my favorite weapons in the game is just due to the fact that it's just very satisfying. Like, let me turn, okay, I have my audio down. Let me just turn the audio up real quick. I forgot which one. I think it's sound effects when it comes to weapons, but let me turn up main a little bit, and then let me turn on sound effects a little bit, because one of the reasons why I love it so much is just the sound whenever you hit that crit explosion. It's one of the most satisfying sounds you'll ever hear. Can I just do it right here? Yeah, it's just that little explosion. And then whenever you hit it back to back, I think there's some enemies down here. Can I just, like, I'm gonna go down in this hole and just kill all of them with like 3 swings. Yeah. And look at that. They're all gone. Okay, not all. There's more down there. Gosh, what is this? A clown car? Enemy after enemy? Look how many footballs spawn. But yeah, that crit explosion sound it's just very satisfying. I love it. It's one of my, one of my reasons why I love this weapon so much. And also just the damage. I think it's just like, look, like this is a mist monster and I'm about to lose some health. I mean, let me just use the Jordan real quick. But you can see I get my health back whenever it comes to the mist monsters because of Monster Smash, right? Okay, well, my shield is kicking in here. Yeah, I'm seeing my shield's there. I decimate the enemies faster than I can get health back. But no, yeah. Monster Smash has a great effect on the health because you get it back whenever you eliminate an enemy, basically life leech, which is really, really nice. That life leech is very satisfying. That's the reason why you can stay in the group of enemies for a while. But you need to eliminate the enemies. That's why killing like a Smasher or Mist Monster is a little bit harder, and taking damage from them a little more rough. But you still get that health though from Totally Rockin' Out. So if that's activated from Battle Beat, you do get that health. So which is currently bugged at the moment. I don't think you get all of the health, or you don't get as much or something like that. It's not as activated as much, but it still works. So that health with the combination of Monster Leech is very, very nice, and it's very noticeable. Like, if I have this much health right here, let me find a group of enemies, man. Did I just kill them all, or did the spawns change? So let me go over here. Let me kill this enemy, and you can see my health is just going back up, and I can just go in a circle. If I need to kill an enemy that has, or ride Husky, I can just jump over them since I'm, since I'm Whiteout Fiona and she's a ninja. And then in the instance of where you're about to die and you just need instant health, just Dragon Slash out of there. Look at that, just bam. This is very nice. I actually didn't mention Dragon Slash in the last time I did a video on the Whiteout Fiona, because she was just I just looked at the Stormblade and I was like, oh, just the Stormblade. I only need the Stormblade. But that Dragon Flash is actually really helpful in situations where you just need to get out, or maybe some enemies are about to die and you just want to kill them instantly like that. Like, I get my health back. Those whatchamacallit, those fire enemies are a pain in the butt though. If you've watched any recent videos, you would see that most of the fire enemies, or most of the times, I die because of the damage that the fire enemies do over time, because they basically have affliction when they hit you. And it's a pain in the butt. But you can see, like, I haven't died once, and I'm probably gonna jinx myself. I'll knock on wood here, but yeah, you can see, like, I haven't died once because of that life leech. It's so nice. But Whiteout Fiona, she's also very useful when it comes to running any crit explosion weapon. You don't have to use the Stormblade, and this is something that I don't think I mentioned in the last video. You can actually use the fishing hook. The fishing hook is actually one of the other great crit explosion weapons. It's not as good as the Stormblade because it doesn't swing as fast, and it doesn't give as much damage, but it's still kind of good. I did do a video on this. If you do want to go over watch that, you can pause the video or finish this one and then watch it afterwards. but it was actually really fun. I think I was very impressed by the fishing hook. I think even Archer was like telling Beast to do a video on it because that's how good it was. It was one of the better crit explosion weapons, and there's very few weapons that actually have crit explosion. I think a total of like 11, which apparently I didn't have 2 crit explosion weapons on my list, which my Save the World Central Hub, I'll put that down in the description, and I'll show all the weapons that actually have crit explosion, because there's only like 11, I think, which is very few. But if you think about it, 11 weapons for crit explosion, and I think only 8 or 9 of those only affect with Whiteout Fiona, since Whiteout Fiona only affects whatchamacallit, she only affects sword, axes, and scythes. So I think like the Sir Hootie, which is a club, it can have crit explosion, but it's not a sword, axe, or a scythe, so you can't use Whiteout Fiona with her. But it's still good. The Sir Hootie video was actually very interesting, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it would have been. It's a club, and I think I used the only hero, which is Privateer Hype, with the Sir Hootie, because it's the only hero that affects club damage, which is pretty funny. So yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. Whiteout Fiona is really great. I actually really do recommend getting her out of the this week's. Sorry, my brain. All right, I'm like also trying to get these birthday exploders, because birthday llamas are out, so that's also nice. But yeah, you should definitely get her out of Hit the Road. She's one of the more useful heroes, I would say, whenever it comes to this mission, when it comes to Save the World, because she's very fun. Oh, the mini boss is here, but I think they're gonna kill it. No. Oh, it's probably trap vulnerable, isn't it? Yeah, it's probably trap vulnerable. Yeah, it's so sad. I was hoping for a smoke screen so I could just decimate it, but it's all good. Occasionally, this is the one sad thing about the mini bosses. Sometimes you get the easy ones, and sometimes while recording you're not going to get the good ones. But if it is a smoke screen mini boss, even a tank, I was doing a crazy amount of damage against the mini boss last time I was using this, so it's still good. It's probably one of the more better, I wouldn't say the best weapon to use against the mini boss, but it's definitely usable, because, you know, Luna and whatnot being in support and being able to do those crit explosions, and that true damage with Tro activated is a crazy amount, like 1 million per swing. Like you can see, I think that was 1 million right there, and another 1 million. I don't know, which gosh, it's crazy. Like it's wild how much damage you can actually do whenever Toward the Rockin' Out is activated alongside with that crit explosion chance. It's just very satisfying. It really is. So if you guys haven't already, go get Whiteout Fiona, try out this loadout. Let me know what you think, and then come back to the video and tell me how you like it, because I know I've done a video on this, and I will praise this forever till the day I die, or until my career ends in a horrible death. I don't know how that would happen, but hopefully never. But let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoyed using this build, because I sure do. I use this loadout maybe like at least once a week, if not every other week. I try not to use the same loadout, because it just gets very boring using the same loadout over and over. I'm talking to all those Stoneheart Fair loadout people that use that loadout. Trust me, you don't need to use that. You don't need to use it. The Xeon bow and the vacuum tube bow aren't as good as, you know, other weapons. I mean, they are good, but they're not as good as, like, you know, wanting to play the game in a different, like, style, you know? Everyone has a different style, so. I used to be one of those people, by the way. Used to run the Stoneheart Fair forever until I started making YouTube videos, and I just got into the sense of, oh, I kind of like using loadouts that I haven't tried before, and they're just very fun. So, yeah. Otherwise, 30 seconds left. If you guys haven't already, if you got to the end, let me know you got to the end, because I'm trying to find ways to fill in spots and whatnot, so you guys can watch the video longer and, you know, a little more content for y'all. But subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video down below. Make sure you use code Mattio in the item shop to support me, and I really do appreciate it, all those people that do use code Mattio. And remember, birthday llamas are out until the 27th, I believe. 26th, 27th. So make sure you get them. You can get 2 from doing quests, so make sure you grab them. Otherwise, subscribe down below. You guys having a great day, night, morning, wherever you are, and I will see you guys in the next one.